Double. What's up guys, Turbo Vapor. Today I've got a review. No I don't. Kind of, sort of, an overview of a new line of juice coming out by none other than Betamorph e-cigs. Now what is this new line exactly? It's not a flavor line, not necessarily. DJ is launching what's known as Double Maxx. What the hell is a Double Maxx? Well, Double Maxx is a new ratio level. And the design of this juice is to maximize clouds. This began as an experiment. One customer walked in and said that he wanted the juice that would create the biggest clouds possible. He didn't care about flavor, he didn't care about anything else, he wanted the biggest clouds possible. So Deej made up an experimental juice which is now dubbed Double Maxx, which he is now launching. So the whole point of this is to get the biggest clouds possible. This is not Max VG though. No, this is beyond Max VG. This is almost no PG whatsoever. But yet still has flavoring to it. It's not a lot of PG, a very minuscule amount. And I don't want to let the ratio out for public use because I don't know if he wants to say what it is or not. But let's just say that there is very little to almost no PG in here. You can get any flavor in Double Maxx, and we're going to find out what Double Maxx is about. How does it perform? Does it really kill all flavor? Does it really produce bigger clouds? We're going to test that out today. So I've got two bottles with me right now. They're the exact same flavor, exact same nicotine strength, but the ratios are different. Both Milky Way, both 3 milligrams. Yeah, both 3 milligrams. One's 50-50 and one is Double Maxx. We're going to find out what exactly it's about. So I'm changing the angle of this one just a little bit. We're going to drip the 3 milligram 50-50 first. So keep in mind, these juices are the exact same except one's a regular ratio and one of them is Double Maxx. We're going to do a little cloud test. We're going to see how big the clouds are and if there's a significant difference. By the way, I am running a fresh battery for both tests. I'm also running a 0.1 ohm dual parallel, by the way. But as you can see, the clouds with the regular one are what you expect out of a 0.1 ohm build. They're pretty large. I'm going to drip some Double Maxx, and we're going to see if they've gotten any bigger. I'll be doing the same inhale techniques. I won't be changing much of it. I will try not to inhale much harder or softer. I'm going to try and keep this as flat and as unbiased as possible because I don't really have a bias. Now, were the clouds bigger with the Double Maxx? I think so. I saw a noticeable change, at least from my point of view. And I think on the camera it came out too that the clouds were notably bigger. But that's all visible. How does the Double Maxx juice compare to the regular juice in terms of vapability? Well, you'd expect a juice of such high VG to lose almost all of its flavor. This doesn't. Believe it or not, this maintains a very, very high flavor strength for what it should have. I only noticed a difference when I tested the two side by side, when I went back and forth between one and the other. But initially, I had tried the Double Maxx just as it was. I didn't try the flavor first, just tried the Double Maxx, and I didn't notice the difference. It's when I got the two side by side that I noticed that the Double Maxx was slightly weaker. And I'm only talking a little bit weaker. It wasn't anything too noticeable, but the flavor strength is toned back just a tad. But if you don't have two bottles with different ratios next to each other, you won't be able to tell that. The one thing I will note about Double Maxx that I'm not too big on, and this changes with steeping, you cannot vape this juice at first, and here's why. I noticed that when I vape this without letting it steep, it burns. It burns fast. It goes, even with no matter what your coil is, I've noticed that it burns very quickly. It's a very harsh juice. Let it steep for a few days. That makes all the difference in the world with this juice. Definitely don't vape it right away unless you want to feel a fire in your throat or your lungs. That's what I have to say about this. Overall, do I like Double Maxx? I'm a flavor chaser. I like cloud chasing as well, but flavors are my number one. and I still do enjoy Double Maxx. If you are a cloud chaser, you will love Double Maxx. If you're a flavor chaser, you'll still like Double Maxx, but you might like the original line a little bit more. I honestly did not notice a big flavor change, though, especially if they're not side by side. You probably won't notice it. D just worked hard on this. He's given a lot of thought to this. And the whole target of the Double Maxx line is to shoot for those cloud chasers out there. People who don't really care so much about flavor, but want to get the maximum cloud size. Somehow he still managed to carry over a vast majority of his flavor. And for that, it's an excellent job. This is great. For what he's going for, he knocked it out of the park. Double Maxx. Ask for it. If you want to chuck those clouds, if you want to still get a good flavor, and it works well too if you think some flavors are too strong, flavors like Beta Virus that are very rich and very overpowering at times, get Double Maxx. It cuts back in flavor just enough to where it's not so overpowering, but it still has enough there that you'll be able to taste alright. This has been Turbo Vapor. That was Double Maxx. Thanks for watching. Check out Betamorph e-cigs. Links in the description below. Get your Double Maxx. And like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Facebook, my YouTube, etc., etc. And stay smoky.